Hi everyone, Simone here, and I wanted to talk about choice of possibilities and me coming to Morocco, Casablanca, Morocco, to be precise. First time I've ever been to Morocco in this lifetime, so I'm super excited about that. And I know we've sort of opened the invitation up to the amazing Algerian, people who are coming along and playing with us in Access, and also the Spanish, because it's just a jump across the water there to come to Casablanca, Morocco. And besides the fact that I'm super excited that I get to travel all over the world and I get to go to these amazing places like Casablanca, Morocco, the thing that really, when I wake up in the morning and I just get so grateful for the job that I get to do around the world. I've been worldwide coordinator of Access Consciousness for about 16, 17 years. I've been using the tools of Access for 18 years now. And the one tool that I've been so grateful for is about choice. Because the thing is, we choose every single day. And there's so many times that I hear people say, oh, if I only had choice. Well, you actually do have choice. You've had choice with how your whole entire life is. Everything that you've created with your life up until where it is today, you created that, you chose that. So my invitation to you now is, what would you like to choose from now? Now, you're not wrong for any of your choices either. Thing is, we made choices. You cannot change the choices you made, but what you can start to do is make some different choices. So what different choices would you like to make? And in what area of your life would you like to make different choices? And what I've noticed over the years is that every single time I go into this resistance of something, it's usually what's going to change the most for me. I mean, I think I was one of the most resistant people to ever come to Access. I didn't facilitate Access for quite some time because I don't know what to do if somebody like me shows up to class. I was angry, and I also knew that these tools were going to change my entire life. I was asking for it, and yet I was refusing it. It's like, how many of you are asking for change, yet you won't take the action to create that change? And that's what choice of possibilities is for you. Most of you would have already done a bars class. And if you're watching this video and you haven't, I highly recommend it. I do not know how I would live my life without getting my bars run. Got my implant alone ran yesterday for about 2 hours, and it was so awesome. Your whole world just changes when you get your bars run. And then you've done a foundation class. And if you haven't done a foundation class, please get along and get to one as well. That was the first class I did where I was like, wow, everything I knew was being talked about. But nobody in this reality talks about the different ways that you can be, the different things that you can receive. And nobody in this reality actually addresses the capacities that you currently have. I mean, most of the time it's like, how do you get it right, and how do you fit in, and how do you belong? And if you're anything like me, you don't belong, you don't fit, and you've spent your whole entire life trying to fit into everybody else's reality. Well, Access Consciousness is about giving you the tools and the processes so that you can empower yourself to know that you know. It's like, what do you know that you've been refusing to acknowledge that you actually know? So foundation starts to, break apart all of those pieces in all the different topics that you think you have a problem with. Whether it's money, bodies, relationships, sex, business, parenting, family, whatever that is. We sort of, go right in there and start to break that all apart. You get a manual, etc. And then when you come to choice of possibilities, it's like this one step forward. There was a friend of mine explained it at one time and said, by the time you get to a COP, you're actually really choosing to change some stuff. So if you're really choosing to change some stuff, we would love to see you at COP Morocco. So I'm going to be there at Casablanca, Morocco. You can come on audio live, or you can come to the actual class, which, like I said, I've never been there before. So I'm actually really excited just to be in Morocco as well. And if you're watching this and you don't get to this COP, the one thing I would say is, please don't make yourself wrong. You are not wrong. You've never been wrong. But what I would ask is that if this is not the COP that you desire to come to, then maybe look at it in the future and see if it would start to change your life. Like, if you look at the energy of your life and say, okay, so if I actually attended a COP, or attended a different, access class, where would my life be in 5 years' time? Now, this is not something cognitive. You don't sort of go, right, my life would look like this. I want you to look at the energy of it. So if you came to the COP, look at where your life would be in 5 years' time and look at the energy of it. Is it more expansive? Is it more contractive? Do you have more ease? And then look at your life and say, okay, if I don't go to this COP or don't attend any more classes or never get my bars run again, where is my life in 5 years' time? Now, what I want you to have a look at is there's no right or wrong answer here. For me, I know that every single time I address something head on that's sticking me, I always have more freedom. There's never, not once, that I've ever looked at something that's been really confronting and I wished I hadn't done that. Every single time I'm willing to look at something, I have more freedom. So I'm just inviting you to a little bit more of you so that you have a little bit more space with your life. You have, a sense of peace. So if that sounds fun for you, then please come along and play. I will be so available for you and all the questions that you have. And please come with questions. I know your whole entire life you've probably been told not to ask questions and that you've got to have the answer. Well, one of my favorite things about Access Consciousness is we ask you to ask questions. You don't have to have the answer. If you have questions, you will empower the universe to also contribute to you. And if you receive it, there's a whole lot more that can show up. So I look forward to seeing some of you guys really, really soon. Bye-bye.